Hey, welcome to Sports Banner. I'm Luca and I'm with Bryce today, and we're going to talk about the UFC 258 card and just give our predictions for each fight. Make this super quick, given I'm not really familiar with not any of the fighters. About half the fighters I've really never heard of. And I know Bryce can say that and even more of them.
Yeah,
But
I don't know a single person.
um, So let's just start with the middleweight fight between Maki Pitolo, who is 13-7, versus Julian Marquez, who's 7-2. Um, After looking back from their past matches, I think Pitolo should win. He's fought more recently. Marquez hasn't fought in like 2 years, and the big thing with MMA is being rusty. A great example is the Poirier McGregor fight. McGregor hadn't done UFC in a little bit, or not UFC, MMA, and he just looked rusty
Yeah.
compared to Poirier, and Poirier took advantage of that. So yeah, I think Pitolo's gonna win that fight. Bryce, you got anything?
Yeah, I think Pitolo's gonna win too because just looking at the numbers, I mean he's more experienced. He's had 20 fights and Marquez has only had 9. And then also what you just said about Marquez not fighting for 2 years, I mean the rust definitely factors in.
Yeah.
So I think that Pitolo, I mean, I think with a lot of these fights, it's either way. Like it
Yes,
can go either way for who's gonna win.
I
But
agree.
I think Pitolo has it in the bag for this one.
Mhm. Um, I agree.
Yeah.
The next match is a lightweight bout between 32-15 Jim Miller versus Bobby Green, who is 27-11. I have written down Bobby Green dub, but I can't really remember why.
And one.
I think it's because Bobby Green's looked better in the most recent fights that each fighter's had. So I'm just gonna give the advantage to him. You got anything?
So you just gave it to Bobby Green because he looked better.
He looked better in his past couple of matches. Yeah, I think he has a little more confidence than Jim Miller right now.
Okay. I mean, he lost his last fight.
Nah, who cares? but
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I don't know. It's a toss up
yeah,
between these two, but I'll go with Bobby Green given his better abs than Jim Miller.
yeah. Next is a middleweight fight between Kelvin Gaston, who's 15-6, versus Ian Heinisch, who's 14-3. 14-3. I don't know either of these guys. I looked at the stats and I looked at both of their recent bouts, and I really do not know who's gonna win this. I picked Ian to win, but I'm clueless on this fight pretty much.
Yeah, I'll give it to Ian because Ian, 14-3, he won last fight. Do I know when his last fight was? No. However, the man Ian, he has less losses than Kelvin.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Something about that Hurricane nickname kind of rubs me the right way.
Think of Hurricane Helms.
No. And
uh,
just look at his chiseled abs.
Okay, yeah. Next is the only women's fight on the main card. It's a flyweight bout between Macy Barber, who's 8-1, versus Alexa Grasso, who's 12-3. This is a really cool match. This could be match of the night. This is more of a, you know, I wouldn't say Alexa's necessarily a big veteran, but she's certainly older than Macy. Macy is young, no pun intended, has a huge future. Her nickname's Future.
Yeah, the
Um,
future.
I really am excited for this fight, honestly. Plus, it's a flyweight. Flyweights tend to be really fun, in my opinion. And so I gave the win for Macy, but I hope this is a good match for both competitors.
Yeah. Contrary to my other picks, I'm picking the one with less impressive abs in Macy Barber. Macy Barber, 8-1, like you said, the future. And I literally just scrolled down and I see that Macy Barber has hit 8.18 significant strikes per minute
Yeah,
in
she's really
comparison to
good.
Alexa Grasso's 5.25. Like Macy Barber, she dominates in the offensive significant strikes category.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that definitely goes well in her favor.
Yeah, that's great
But
points.
we'll have to see. It's the
Um,
reason why they fight in the octagon and not like simulated, like Madden or something.
exactly. And if anyone can't tell by now, we are definitely talking out of our butts. Um,
You didn't have to say that, bro.
Bro, you've been talking about their abs for the past 4 minutes.
Hey, the abdomen are important muscles in the body.
You know what's funny is that you might be right. Like it is truly, you'll never know who's gonna win.
I'm telling you, I'm not bullshitting.
Anyways, moving on to the main event, which I'm extremely excited for. Welterweight titles on the line. We got 17-1 and the champion Kamaru Usman versus his old friend 19-3 Gilbert Burns. They've both been associated with Sanford MMA for a long time. They were almost like brothers for a period of time, and this is going to be a really, really good match. Both competitors have something to win for, or they want a reason to win or whatever. And
They have something to fight for.
yeah,
They're fighting for a title.
but they also are fighting for each other's pride, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true.
Usman wins a lot of matches based on decisions, at least recently, especially since he's had the championship belt. So, and the important thing to know about UFC, when it comes to decisions, their judges are very, very bad. They tend to side.
Oh,
They tend to side with the champs. They tend to side with the big names. So I can easily see this going to decision and Usman retaining. And it might be the
yeah.
right call too, but if I'm Gilbert Burns, I'm going to do everything in my power to not let this match go to decision. But Usman's capable enough to make the match go on that long. So I see Usman retaining, but I would love to see Burns win. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Usman, the Nigerian Nightmare. I think he's gonna win. I wanted to say the Nigerian Nightmare.
Yeah.
I think it's great. But yeah, I think Usman's gonna win. He's 17-1, only one loss. Man isn't used to winning, or he's not used to losing.
Yeah.
He's really used to winning. But you know, for this match, I feel like it's certainly for me, it's more of a feel, and I just feel it that Usman is gonna perform well. And
Mhm.
I mean, you might be right. It might come down to a decision by the judges, and the judges, right?
Yeah, that's what
I
I
said that
call them.
right.
That's
Okay.
what I call them.
So I think, like you said, it could come down to that. And if Usman is the more technically skilled fighter, which given by his grappling
No,
stats,
he
he
is. Yeah.
he is better at the takedowns. The only thing he's not as good at, according to the stats, is submissions. But I don't know if he's a submissions type fighter.
He's only won one match with a submission.
Right. But his
So.
takedown defense, takedown accuracy, takedown average is
Mhm.
far better than Gilbert Burns.
Mhm.
So for that reason, and probably that reason only, I'm giving it to the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru
Usman.
Usman.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see how these predictions pan out on Saturday night, which is when the pay-per-view is. I recommend everyone watch it. It should be awesome. So yeah, I've been Luca, and this is Sports Spanner. See you. Oh frick, I messed up. Dang it. See y'all later.